Video 2 now. I'm still carrying on God's idea, God's goal. The question is the biblical reason that in the creation ordinance supports only heterosexual marriage and monogamy marriage. Okay, so number 3, the pattern of monogamy. God created one man and one woman in the beginning, not multiple partners for Adam. Adam has one partner, not 2, not 5. Okay, the initial pair sets a pattern for monogamous marriage. The pairing of Adam and Eve demonstrates that marriage was intended to be between 2 people, reflecting exclusivity and permanence. According to Murray, deviations from the pattern, such as polygamy, found later in the Bible are due to human sinfulness, not part of God's original design. So people argue that Abraham had two wives, etc. David had hundreds of wives and concubines, and don't even talk about Solomon. He had thousands. And guess what? He fell because of his multiple women. So these are human sinfulness, not God's original design. God allowed that, tolerated these people. But now we should go back to the original creation ordinance. Now, let me give you one reason on this video number 2. Jesus' affirmation of creation ordinance. Okay, Matthew 19, verse 4 to verse 6. Jesus affirmed the creation ordinance of marriage by quoting Genesis 1:27 and 2:24. Jesus emphasizes that marriage is the union of one man and one woman, saying, so they are no longer 2, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate. You hear that? Jesus affirmed the creation ordinance of God putting a man and a woman together. He said, you don't separate them. Or God joined them together. Man cannot separate them. So by affirming the Genesis account, Jesus underscores the permanence and monogamous nature of marriage. Murray argues that Jesus' reference to creation narrative reinforces the heterosexual monogamy is God's will for marriage. It's monogamy, heterosexual. Yeah, number 5 is the procreative purpose of marriage. The procreative purpose of marriage is supporting heterosexual unions. Genesis 1:28 says, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. That is the creation ordinance. The biological complementarity of male and female is necessary for procreation, which is one of the purposes of marriage. While procreation is not the only purpose, the ability of male and female to come together in a way that produces life is part of God's design, further emphasizing that marriage is meant to be heterosexual, period. It is God's design. God brought woman to, created a woman and brought her to Adam, and they become one flesh. And then they reproduce. That is the procreative design of God, emphasizing marriage is meant to be heterosexual. Number 6. Okay, I will stop here, and the next video I will do 6 and 7.